The Switch is an amazing hybrid console. Whether you're playing in handheld mode or docked to the TV, it's easy to feel the charm that is a Nintendo Switch. In my opinion, some of the best times I've had playing my Switch have been from ports of amazing games from other consoles. In today's video, I'll break down 10 amazing ports on the Nintendo Switch. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Robot Joe and I'll be your host. Let's get started. So first, I want to clarify that these will be ports that are not first-party Nintendo games, so no Mario or Zelda games from previous consoles. When thinking about RPGs on the Switch, there's tons to choose from. Some of them are works of art, but if I'm being honest, South Park: The Stick of Truth is one of the best RPGs on the Switch. This game runs flawlessly and looks fantastic. You feel like you're an actual person who lives in a town in South Park. You and the other kids in the neighborhood set off on a magical adventure. The voice acting and the animations are all crisp. It feels like you're playing out an episode of the show. I've always wanted to know what it would be like to explore the town of South Park, and in this game you can really go all over the town and walk into all the buildings. It really has awesome RPG elements too. You can level up your character and gain new and more powerful abilities. If you're a fan of RPGs or South Park, this is a must play. Tons of people will tell you that The Witcher 3 is the impossible port on the Switch. Hot take here, it's not. In my opinion, it doesn't even run or look that amazing. It's playable, but not up to the standards of the impossible port. I would say No Man's Sky is the impossible port. A game that can, in theory, never end and you can explore non-stop. Infinite possibilities. Go out and explore the universe before you. Everyone can have a different experience. When this game was announced, I was sure of two things. It would be the cloud version and it would look horrible. Turns out I was wrong both times. I'm not sure how No Man's Sky has made a massive 180 since its terrible launch in 2016, but it has found another home on the Nintendo Switch. So this next game is kind of what inspired me to make this whole video. Great first-person shooters on the Switch are far and few in between. One of my absolute favorites is Wolfenstein 2. This game is awesome. It was the first Wolfenstein game I had ever played. I bought it on a random eShop sale and now I'm currently playing through my second playthrough. The story is action-packed and the gameplay is addicting. Sometimes in the game there will be an explosion and the lighting and the flames look like something from a PS4. The cutscenes look like they came from an Xbox or a PlayStation. I heard from someone that this game was broken when it first launched on the Switch, but I'm here to say it runs perfectly now. It's a seriously hidden gem in my opinion, so if you need some first-person shooting action, this is a game for you. When having the conversation of what is the best video game of all time, Portal 1 and 2 are always brought up, and for good reasons. I had been recommended these games at least a handful of times. I just didn't understand the hype. It looked too simple and not engaging enough. Again, I was wrong. Apparently, I'm just always wrong when it comes to gaming stuff. I recently dove into the franchise and it was almost overwhelming how amazing the series is. It really was a challenge. These are puzzle games, but calling them that doesn't do them justice. You felt like you're part of the actual game. Like the character really depended on you. It's rare when a game can make you use your brain in ways you thought that weren't even possible. These games are charming, addicting, and very special. And again, they fit perfectly on the Switch. Neir Automata was recently ported to the Switch, and it immediately holds a spot at the top of the list of the best Nintendo Switch ports. Awesome gameplay and an entertaining journey. Neir Automata is more of an experience than a game. Your adventure takes place in an apocalyptic land full of hostile androids and robots. The game experiences multiple gameplay styles, going from a top-down shooter, a side-scrolling adventure, and it even has you piloting a flying mech. Eventually you settle into an open world full of action and suspense. I could write a bunch of descriptions about this game, but none would ever do it justice. There is a reason this game holds so much respect. Another game that makes you feel like you're actually living out the story and through the characters is Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. This is actually the best fighting game I've played on the Switch, but it's not just a fighting game. It has RPG elements and a semi-open world. In my opinion, I think Dragon Ball Z games have not really been good since Budokai 2 on PS2. I probably beat around 20 games on my Switch in 2022, and I would have to say, this would probably be in my top 5 of games I beat last year. It has amazingly good graphics. I played this on my old Switch, and I thought it looked amazing. I can't imagine how this would look on my new Switch OLED. The animations are so good. It's high action and very addicting. I think I beat the story in 25 hours, and did that in like 8 or 9 days. I kept picking the game up throughout the day. If you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, this is a definitive game I would recommend to you. For this entry, I'll go ahead and recommend the entire Bioshock Collection. Bioshock 1, Bioshock 2, and Bioshock Infinity are amazing ports on the Switch. They can be purchased often on sale on the eShop and come in a bundle with all 3 games. Usually for less than $20, you're getting 3 beloved games. It kinda goes without saying, but they look and run great on the Switch. I wouldn't call these horror games, but they can be creepy or unsettling. I'm gonna be the odd one out here, but my favorite of the three is Bioshock Infinity. I will admit the story is better in the first two, but I think the third game kinda just flows naturally. And if I'm being honest, I would have to call these works of art. I think they are a must play for anyone who considers himself a gamer. These are always on the list of the greatest video games of all time. Another series that fits great on the Switch is the Borderlands series. The cel-shaded art style is timeless in my opinion, and I think it fits a handheld console perfectly. These games are an experience and you're either gonna love them or you're gonna hate them. I really don't think there's an in-between. These games can be a little silly at times, but that doesn't take away from the action at all. Because of the art style, Borderlands can be overlooked, but it's a mistake to look past them. I played Borderlands 2 for the first time as my entry to the series. After an hour or two, I was an instant fan of the series. In all Borderlands, you will never find the same gun twice. I think there are something like 20 million different guns in each game. Again, these can be purchased as a collection on the eShop, and it's often on sale for less than $20. For the last two, I want to add a couple more trilogies. First, the Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy. Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back, and Crash Bandicoot Warped. These are Crash Bandicoot at their best. The games have been remastered with updated textures and better and fuller colors. You're gonna have a hit of nostalgia by playing these games, but new players can get tons of entertainment and joy out of these as well. If I'm being honest, these games are way freaking harder than I remember. Simple controls make this platforming marvel easy to pick up and start playing, but everyone will find a challenge as they play. Again, this often goes on sale for $20 or less. Spyro Reignited trilogy is a perfect fit on the Switch. What's better than playing Spyro? Well, how about playing Spyro handheld? In the trilogy, you get Spyro the Dragon, Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage, and Spyro Year of the Dragon. Again, these have been remastered and upscaled. With this bundle of game, you get to play through more than 100 levels. With tight and responsive controls, it's a treat to go back and play these games over 20 years since the first being launched on the PS1. If you have never played Spyro, it's such a charming platformer. Do I even have to say it? This trilogy often goes on sale frequently for less than $20. You're getting a ton of action for a great deal. What is your favorite ports on the Switch? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you hit a like and subscribe on the way out, because it truly helps out. But you know me, I'll be back with a new video soon. Peace out.